Last but not least, pelajaran Indonesia tidak ada kontradiksi, tidak ada pertentangan antara demokrasi dengan Islam. No. Bisa berdampingan secara damai. Agama manapun saya kira kompatibel dengan demokrasi. Saya menolak suatu tesis katanya Islam tidak bisa rukun dengan demokrasi. Wrong.
Any Muslim pledges his allegiance to the modern secular state and to its constitution, which declares that Allah is no longer Al-Malik, no longer Al-Akbar, no longer Al-Hakam. The state is now Al-Malik, Al-Akbar and Al-Hakam. And the state can make halal what Allah made haram. When a Muslim goes and votes in the elections to constitute the government which will preside over this shirk, you enter into shirk. But if you don't believe me and you want to go and vote in the elections, I am not stopping you. So don't let there be any bad blood between us. I'm not stopping you. But when you enter in the grave and you find that you've entered into shirk, do not plead ignorance, that's all. Stand up like a man and take it on that day. This is now the universal shirk that the Prophet ﷺ had prophesied. He said the time would come when shirk will be everywhere, be so difficult to recognize it. However, as difficult as it would be to recognize a black ant on a black stone on a dark night. This universal secular state is now used to embrace all of mankind, including the world of Islam, in political globalization. So that eventually you have one government over all of mankind, eventually the Jews will now rule the world using that structure. That's about to happen. We already made significant progress towards that day.
Here is an example, and I have spoken about this so many times. Here is a verse in Surah Al-Ma'idah in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, بَعْدَ أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, O you who have faith in Allah, لَا تَتَّخِذُوا الْيَهُودَ وَالنَّصَارَى أَوْلِيَاءَ. Do not take the Jews and do not take the Christians as your friends and allies. Is Allah speaking about all Jews and all Christians? Or is He speaking about some Jews and some Christians? You have to go to the rest of the Quran to answer that question. And I don't have the time now to take you to all those verses of the Quran, but there are several lectures of mine. When you go to the rest of the Quran, it is plain and clear, Allah is not speaking about all Jews and all Christians. No. He's speaking about some Jews and some Christians, not all. Well then, who is He speaking about? The answer is there in the words which follow. بَعْدُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ, which means, do not take such Jews and do not take such Christians as your friends and allies, who themselves are friends and allies of each other. بَعْدُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. The Quran is anticipating. The Quran is saying that this is an event which is to come. When a Jewish-Christian alliance, friendship and alliance is going to emerge. When that Jewish-Christian alliance emerges, you Muslims are prohibited from being their friends and allies. And if you become their friends and allies, then what is the price that you will pay? وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّهُمْ مِنْكُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ. Whosoever from amongst you turn to them for friendship and alliance, you now belong to them, you've lost your Islam. You now belong to them, you have lost your Islam. And if you become their friends and allies, then what is the price that you will pay? وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّهُمْ مِنْكُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ. Whosoever from amongst you turn to them for friendship and alliance, you now belong to them, you've lost your Islam. You now belong to them, you have lost your Islam. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الظَّالِمِينَ. Surely Allah will not provide guidance for a people whose trademark is zulm. A people who oppress, a wicked people, an unjust people. NATO is the Zionist NATO military alliance, working on behalf of Israel, working on behalf of the Judeo-Christian alliance, the Zionist alliance, NATO. And yet you come with an Islamic movement in Libya, and you make an alliance with NATO to overthrow the Libyan government. And then you want to argue with me that Gaddafi was a dictator, he was this, he was that, he was this, he was that, he was this, he was that. Stop wasting my time, you fool! I have to use this harsh language because you've lost your Islam. You don't even know that. You are so blind, you don't even know you've lost your Islam. When you reach in your grave, you'll remember me. This is the Quran.